How's everyone today? Good. Okay, so today the story I will tell you is called The Ship of Friendship. Okay. So one day there was a boat sailing across the sea when suddenly a storm hit and destroyed the ship. Only 2 men survived and swam to a nearby island. These 2 friends were very close and there was nothing on the island, so they decided to have a competition. The competition was to see who God loved most and whose prayer would be answered. So on the first day, they divided the land in half and each person went on the opposite side. The first person began to pray. The first person prayed for food. The very next day, an apple tree grew on his side of the island, but there was nothing on the other man's side of the island. So the man began to eat his food and was enjoying his life on the island. After 1 week, the first man felt really lonely, so he prayed for a wife. That very day, a ship crashed and only 1 woman survived and swam to his side of the island. These 2 became very close and they got married. Still on the other side of the island, the other man had nothing. After a while, the man prayed for everything he wanted. He prayed for a house, shelter, clothes, food, everything. But the man on the other side of the island still had nothing. On one day, the first man decided that he wanted to leave the island, so he prayed for a ship. The next day, there was a ship on his side of the island, and he began packing his things with his wife. He began to consider the other man and he thought, the other man is unworthy to receive God's blessings since none of his prayers had been answered. As the ship was about to leave, the first man heard a voice from heaven saying, "Why are you leaving your friend behind?" The first man said, "My blessings are mine alone, since I was the one who prayed for them. His prayers were all unanswered, so he does not deserve anything." Then the Lord said, "You are mistaken. He had only 1 prayer which I answered. If not for that, you would not receive any of my blessings." The first man became interested, and he asked the Lord, "What did the first man pray for?" And the Lord said, "He prayed that all your prayers would be answered." The moral of this story is that sometimes we are selfish like the first man and lose sight of what is important in our lives. God wants us to value our friends and God wants us to value our friends always and to treat everyone with respect and kindness. Okay, before anyone wants to go back to their seat, who wants to pray?
Jessica, go! Thank you for this day. Thank you for all your blessings. Please help this children's story and please bless this day. Please serve your name.
Thank you, everyone.